Buzz Humphrey's son Matthew, who's 43 and has Down syndrome, works a sub-minimum wage job, doing packaging and assembly like this. And they're both okay with that.
It's not disrespecting him. It's honoring him for what he can do. And so I'm accepting of that.
But the Humphreys are preparing for that job opportunity to end. Sub-minimum wage jobs are disappearing, in part because federal dollars for many of those positions are going away, and also because of bans on sub-minimum wages like the one in Seattle. Marcy Carpenter, who's president of the National Federation of the Blind of Washington, helped advocate for the ban and says her group hopes to pass a similar law at the state level in the coming years. Congress is also considering a ban.
So it really is picking up momentum.
Carpenter says she hopes disabled people who have worked in those sub-minimum wage jobs will be able to transition to better paying positions in training and coaching programs, working alongside able-bodied employees.
If you don't expect that someone can do something, and if that's communicated to them directly and indirectly throughout their lives, then they won't believe they can do anything either.
The Humphreys say that's just wishful thinking.
In terms of paid employment, it's no chance. In Seattle, it'll be no chance. There is going to be nobody that I can imagine, other than in a fantasy, that would hire Matt for $15 an hour.
For them and others, the question remains, what's next? Some employment programs have successfully transitioned away from paying sub-minimum wages on their own, but they say they have not been able to offer as many hours to employees because of the higher cost. The Humphreys say their son might spend more time volunteering, but they also worry he'll be spending more time in front of the TV once his job opportunity goes away. Back to you guys.